Okay, we've got the keys ready to uncover the release and give you a look around and maybe even take you for a drive a little bit later. So the cover obviously comes with it. There she is, Mother Boy. Feels a bit dusty. We'll clean that up for you. And let's take a look at the battery. Yeah, so the battery life on these is always somewhat limited. And then I went ahead and got a lightweight battery, an Odyssey AGM battery, mounted that, and I also put a cut-off switch on it, and it's sequestered away here. Let's cover and you can kind of see it's a much smaller battery, and the cut-off switch is in here. Just manually you just screw it on. I'll do that now, and you can kind of tell when it's on. The dashboard light comes on for the security system, so you kind of know it's connected, so it should be ready to go. So, moment of truth. This is a bit scary because I actually had sat for a couple of weeks and I haven't started it since then, so this is a genuine cold start. I'm hoping that there's enough juice in the battery. You can see the light is flashing for security there, so it gives us some hope. So we have a single key. I think I might have mentioned that there are two keys. I only have one mechanical key, and then the security fob that comes with it. Key ignition, that's good. Press the big button on the fob. Headlamps will temporarily flash. You should be good to go. So I'll do a quick walk around in the garage here, and then I'll take it outside and shoot it in there, so you get to see it in different lights. So right here is one of the areas where there was some repairs done, so you can kind of see how it changes in the light there. And then up on this top panel, right in there, this corner was damaged there. And then on this front panel, there was a gouge in here, and you can kind of see there's a delineation line there where I repainted. So that is probably one of the most conspicuous ones. Nothing else on the front there. And then, yeah, most of the work was done on this front lip. Basically completely rebuilt that. I'm not sure if you'll be able to pick up much in the light here, but you can see it's nice and clean and all rebuilt there, so it's nice and solid. There was a little mark here where the paint protection film had lifted, the paint there, horrible stuff, that paint protection film. And then, yeah, like you pointed out, this is the area that you kind of see in that sunlight shot. Like in here, where I actually don't even really see it at all, which is good. And then this front fender, if you look at one of the shots I took when I first bought it, that front lip had a really big gouge in it, and so that's another repaired area in there. And yeah, you can kind of see the surface change somewhat in there. And that's about the only repair areas. Everything else, like the diffuser, yeah, I took all the under panels off, and the diffuser, I painted that black. Originally they're silver, and I just thought it looked nicer in black, so that is somewhat unique. And that would be it as regards any kind of repair or damage or paintwork that you might be interested in, I think. But like I said, I'll shoot some more outside and probably give you a better view from there. Okay, so I took the front license plate off for you so you can take a look at that in close up. Cleaned it up. There were a few bug splatters on it, so I must have driven it before I put the license plate on, but cleaned up pretty good. You see, I think it's pretty nice. Like you say, if you put like a couple little buttons or whatever, screw into there. I just had these, oops, so yeah, I just screwed one of the little screws in there, so you can kind of see, you'd be able to possibly just blank it off with a little screw like that. I did notice while I was cleaning this up, there was another area that I did a quick repair on, right in here, and again it's that rotten flipping paint protection film that I hate so much that kind of lifted the paint. So again, you can kind of see it with a magnifying glass, but that's about it. Okay, let's see you outside. I'll do some more shots for you now. Okay, outdoors is kind of slightly overcast, which is perfect lighting, so you should be able to see any oddities. So I'll do literally a walk around for you. And now I'll go in closer on those areas. So we've got that front panel there. You can kind of see a slight colour difference in there. It's a little warmer silver in that part. Let's see. I've got to find them now. Okay, this rear panel, this is that rear panel area. So it's right at that seam and up, over and down the other side. And then here's that roof line. And then that front panel. Let's get a close-up of the license plate area. And the underbody. So you'd asked about the seat. Yeah, I had it modified, so I've had this extra aperture made in the base of it to thread the 5th point for the harness through there. So these are both original factory seats, but this driver's one has been modified. And then you can see where the harness loops come through. I put those in. Added those grommets in there to let those through. So then the harness bar is actually just a couple of bolts that you take out together with this mounting at the seatbelt area. But the original factory belts are still in here and fully functional. In fact, most of the time this is what I use on the road, because the full harness actually kind of prevents you from reaching the instruments, radio and stuff like that. So, and then the fire extinguisher. Yeah, that bracket is just held onto the 2 front mounts of the seats. So you would have to loosen the seat mounts in order to get that out, but that's just like a long socket with an extension on it to get those out. And they'll come out really easy. I've had the seats out many times for various reasons. Actually, most people kind of like the fire extinguisher. It's kind of cool. It actually doesn't get in the way when you're sitting in there, so it's always handy to have for other people that might catch fire around you. So just a little general look. There is a Gopro Mount which is secured to the dash there. I guess you could take that off if you didn't like that, but it's glued on, so you need some Goo Gone in order to get the glue off the dash, but that should come off easily. And then some aftermarket speaker covers in there. And then the speaker, which is behind the driver's side, does have a cover, but the one on the other side doesn't have a grill over it. But you know, as you can tell, you can't even see them anyway, but that is missing. So the engine bay is nice and tidy and clean. I did the orange highlights and whatever myself. It's an enamel finish on those, and the oil cap, as well as the Lotus insignia, and then the manifold cover. So everything is standard on this engine. I haven't modified the engine in any way, and neither had the previous owner. And then the removable soft top actually fits in this, in a cover which you can stow in the, roll up and stow in the trunk, so it's kind of handy. If you want to go out in the summertime with the top off, you can just have it roll up in the back there, and it takes like 10 minutes to put it on probably. So yeah, love this little car. I kind of hate to see it go, but time to move on.